You have the ability to settle a chit from point of sale to a banquet event. This can be used to charge items based on consumption and for events with a cash bar as some examples. Let's take a look at this process. Some of the beginning steps will be a one-time setup, depending on your setup, and must be in place in order to settle the chit from POS to event management. The first thing we want to confirm is that the applicable service type is set to allow transfer from POS. This can be done by navigating over to Event Management and Event Service Types. Go ahead and select your service type, and for the Allow Transfers from POS, select one of the following options. No, will not allow for transfer. Yes, will allow for transfer. Or Host Bar, will transfer the item but not the price, and can be used for events that have an open bar where you just want to track quantity, not cost. Within the Sales Item Categories tab, select all sales item categories that are applicable for this service type. Then click Save. It is recommended to check all applicable service types to ensure they are set accordingly. We also want to ensure that the sales area allows event transfers and define the date range for a number of days before and after the event that items can be transferred. To complete this step, navigate over to System Administration and Sales Areas. Select your sales area, and in the Event Management tab, enable Allow POS Chits to be settled to a banquet. You also want to set the events occurring at a specified number of days before and after the POS chit date. This will filter applicable banquets to choose from at POS. Then click Save. It is recommended to check all applicable sales areas to ensure they are set accordingly. Next, you will want to add a button on your POS menu for event settlement. To do so, navigate over to Point of Sale and Fixed Function menus. Select your applicable menu, then click the Edit menu button. From here, you can double check you have the button, and if you don't, you want to add the Transfer to Banquet button, which is the Banquet and Catering Settlement function under the Settlements and Gratuities group. From here, we can save and close, and save to save our changes. Now you can go ahead and create a banquet event. When creating the event, make sure the event type is set to a banquet type event. Also make sure the status is set over to confirmed. Otherwise, the transfer process will not work. The event will be assigned an event number, which you can use at POS, or you can search by the name of the event. Now let's go ahead and create a chit by navigating over to Point of Sale and Start New Chit. Based on your facility layout, go ahead and make your selection. I am going to select my banquets option. Then you can select the member responsible for the event. It is very important to note that the member number must match the member number hosting the event. Another account cannot be used, otherwise it will not find the event when trying to transfer. Then go ahead and select the number of covers and seat number if applicable. Then you can continue to add items to this chit over the course of the event. You can settle the chit after all items have been added. Note that you do not want to add extra charges such as gratuity or service charges, as this will produce an error upon transfer. Once you are ready to settle the chit, select the Transfer to Banquet Event button. If you have multiple events, it will allow you to select the event and facility. However, if there is only one upcoming event, it will automatically take you over to Step 3, where you can select the applicable service type. Using Standard Transfer, which will transfer all chit items to the event, or Host Bar Transfer, which will just transfer the quantity, not the cost of the items. So we're going to choose Standard Transfer and select the Cash Bar service type. Then go ahead and click the Next Step button. Step 4 will provide a preview, and you can go back to the previous step if needed, or if all looks good, go ahead and click that Transfer button. This will close the chit, and note that all the chit items will be voided. Once the transfer is complete, you will be able to go back to the event, where you can double-click to open that event. And in the Summary tab, you will be able to see the items and amounts that have been transferred in the top screen, as well as the bottom screen, that have been transferred from point of sale as a service within the event. When running the end-of-day preview or end-of-day update, you will be able to see the chits that have been voided and transferred to events.